Hey guys, welcome to this week's deeper dive. I hope you've had a great start to your week so far. This last Sunday, we just talked about having hope to the hilt. We're in this series in 1 Thessalonians, so we talked about hope to the hilt from chapter 4 and chapter 5 of 1 Thessalonians. And if you don't know anything about deeper dive, very simple. In less than 5 minutes, we dig deeper into something from the previous Sunday morning message at New Life, or we go into something that we didn't talk about in that message that's connected to it through a passage or whatnot. And so we're going to have a great quick time here together. And so we talked about having hope to the hilt, hope in Jesus' return. And I think it's so important to have that hope in Him. And what this time right now will simply be is kind of trying to dig a little deeper into that hope, by asking a couple of questions. One, how can we have any hope? And what do we do with this hope? Again, we're referencing hope in Jesus' return. How can we have hope in Jesus' return? And what can we do with the hope we have in Jesus' return? Now, we talked about what we can do with that hope a little in the message, but there's an additional thing I want to look at, because in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 9 through 11, we didn't look at those verses. We're not going to look at them next Sunday, but they're connected to our Sunday morning message that we just had. And so verse 9 says, "For God chose to save us through our Lord Jesus Christ, not to pour out His anger on us." So how can we have any hope in Jesus' return? Right there. God chose to save us through Jesus, not pour out His anger on us. That's where we find help. That's how we can have hope in Jesus' return, because through Jesus we were saved, not God the Father pouring His anger on us. Jesus was the answer. And so that's why Jesus' return brings us all that more hope. And then verse 10 says, "Christ died for us so that whether we are dead or alive, when He returns, we can live with Him forever." That's where we get the hope. And that was mentioned in the message as well. Hope in whether we're dead or alive. When He returns, we get to live with Him forever. And that was, again, referenced in the passage. That's how we can have hope. And what do we do with this hope? Again, we mentioned a lot of different things. We mentioned about sharing the good news, about giving generously, serving sacrificially. We talked about those things being things we can do when we have this hope in Jesus' return. But we also can do what verse 11 of chapter 5 says. It says, "So encourage each other and build each other up, just as you are already doing." What do we encourage each other with? What do we build each other up with? With this hope. Encourage each other and build each other up with the hope of Jesus' return. When your friend, when your coworker, when your loved one, when those that you know or in your life group, your people, when they are needing encouragement, when they're needing build up, encourage them and build them up with the hope in Jesus' return. That's what we get to do. So I love this particular part of the series, this part of the passage in 1 Thessalonians, that they held on to this hope in Jesus' return. And in holding on to that hope, they realized that they were saved. Instead of the anger of God poured out on them, Jesus saved them. So they were excited to be returning and having Him return. And whether they had passed away or they were still alive, they knew that when He did return, they all would live with Him forever. And that's what we'll get to do as well. So let's encourage each other. Let's build each other up with the hope of Jesus' return. I've loved this series. We've got 2 more weeks into the hilt, and have a great time finishing chapter 5. We will see you guys all back online or in person at New Life at 10 a.m. All right? Let's keep going. Let's have a great time. We'll see you guys. All right, bye.